Hi, and welcome to Kerbal Space Program. As you might have noticed, I'm going through some of my older games just to show it to you, because I think they're good and you should know them. This is Kerbal Space Program. You build rockets and shoot them up to land your Kerbals on the moon or other planets, moons, and so on. I will start. This is a complete new career, so I have not much to go by, and I will do the first mission we have, which is first one is launch a missile, and then there is some science from Kerbal. The planet is called Kerbal. Let's call this a KS1 and launch it. I will do this, then I will do a few more missions just to gather some science, to get a few more funds and parts, and then I will try to get to the moon. So this is a pretty simple rocket. I can't control this. The burn rate of this just shoots up. And I hope the parachute is strong enough to bring it down so that Jebediah survives. Let's gather some science here. We will keep this experiment. If we had some antennas, we could transmit it back for less science, but we want the full science. And now we go down again. 10 kilometers. Not bad. Since land level is sea level, this is quite accurate. So I don't really care. I will start the parachute soon. But I don't want to wait for hours. Because we are just gliding down on a parachute. It should, yeah. Expand a kilometer over the surface. I think that's the surface distance. Stop turning. We go down 7 meters per second. I'm not sure if this can handle that. But even if it can't, Jeb should survive this. So this is what you basically do all the time. You build a rocket, you shoot it up, and you recover it for science. So let me get this going until we have something more interesting. Okay, this is the second launch, because I've got some new parts and it might be enough. No, this will not get into orbit, but we might get high enough. We also got some thermometer and what's this, a barometer, to get more science data. Let's get started here. Okay, our staging is okay. I will go straight up for this because I have not much control over this. Maybe we shouldn't go up that fast. These are engines you can throttle. And I try to stay below 300 meters per second, because in this light blue part of the atmosphere that will create a lot of drag. And you can see the lighter the rocket is, the more it accelerates, and the less gravity, the more it accelerates. So I can throttle down and still go up. Let's try to turn a bit. Let's throttle up for that. This has a gimbal, so we can control the craft with it. Okay, let's cut the engine and see. We will reach 60 kilometers. I want to go to space. 70 kilometers, that is space. But since we don't need the fuel, we can just burn it all. And wait until we are in space. Oh yeah, let's get some crew reports in. From space near Kerbal, mystery goo, temperature, and of course pressure, which should be, let's toggle it, in vacuum, so no pressure, but that's still 12 science. We also added some antennas, so we wouldn't lose control because we have a pilot on it, but that's one of a few things I always add. Okay, since we are in space right now, I can accelerate faster than I usually could. Once we drop down below 70 kilometers, it goes back into physics mode. We will just let it drop, and the speed will go down to a speed where we can activate the parachute. Oh, I forgot. I don't have the heat shielding for this. This might be bad, but no, it should handle it. It wasn't that fast to begin with. Yeah, everything's fine. Let's see. Nope. No new data from falling down. Just the position is important, so no new data from in atmosphere. But splash down. Can I get a crew? No, I want to have the old one, the space one, the most important one. Splash down on Kerbal will be a new situation where we will get new science. Let's activate the parachute. Let's increase the speed right here. And a friend of mine messaged me. So this with the 4 arrows are physics speeds, and when you are in atmosphere or accelerating, you can just get the physics speeds and accelerations. We are down. Let's observe the mystery goo and keep it, recover the vessel. And a lot of science. So let me I can show it. This is the tech tree, and we want better rockets. Since these cost, I could use one of these. A fuel tank, struts, inline. Science is always good because you unlock new research with it. Okay, let's do one last flight. I do not have new decouplers. I could add another stage and make this super long. How heavy is this? Let's check for engines. I want the one with the gimbal, even though it's not as effective. It's the same we had before. It can lift 16 tons or accelerate up 16 tons. So maybe we should just there is that. Okay, add a little more fuel. Staging is okay. Let's launch. I don't know how much more fuel this is compared to the launch before, but I don't think we will get into orbit. We added a lot of weight to it. Usually we would use more stages, so we discard some weight when we don't use it anymore, empty fuel tanks for example. But I never added the new science stuff. This is fine. We might be a bit fast. Let's turn a bit earlier. We shouldn't overturn this because then the air pressure will, well, not the pressure, but the wind speed will force this tip down and we will crash. Okay, let's check. We will reach 60 kilometers of height. The switch to orbital mode. I don't know when it does this. I think if you are above a certain height. Okay, let's wait until we are in the vacuum of space. 70 kilometers up. And let's turn because we want to fire sideways to get into orbit. We've got a bit of fuel left, so maybe we can get into orbit. I don't really think so, because we need around 2000 meters per second to reach an orbit, but let's see. I can't time warp on this because I haven't upgraded my tracking station yet. So there are different upgrades. You can get not only more parts or better parts, but also for this tracking maneuver node, so you see where you will end up and so on. Let's accelerate a bit. Let's accelerate a bit more. You usually want to stay front of your apsis, but we didn't quite do that. And we will not be fast enough. So close, so very close. As you can see, we just crash into it again. Let's get a crew report, the same we had before. So no use in that. Let's go down bottom first, and we are back in the atmosphere. Some first escape the atmosphere, and some records broken. Okay. Let's disable the stability assist system, so we will go down as gravity wants us to go down, which is this side first. But as you can see, we are not going down very fast, because we are going sideways very fast. Let's increase simulation speed here and decrease it again. So now we are in a bit of thicker atmosphere. We're going faster than the last time, so we might just explode. Yeah, at least the goo canisters will go boom. That's the first one. That's the second one. As long as our module here and our parachute stay intact, there shouldn't be much of a problem. And they will. Okay, we are coming down on land, it seems. Okay, we want to keep that. Might get a crew report. The rest of our rocket is a bit in front of us. there's also an internal view, which doesn't show us much. Huh, something just crashed. Maybe I should activate the parachute here. I really want to get into orbit. This will take a while. 6 meters per second and 600 meters up. Okay, this should be flat enough. Let's activate this anyway. And we are back. Can I EVA here? Yes, I can. Get an EVA report. Board it again and recover. Okay, I improved my design, and we need a bigger launch pad to launch it. And okay, double clicking. As you can see, I just strapped some boosters to the side of it. Let's see if this works. They do bring us up to speed. Maybe a bit too much. Let's drop them and activate our engine here. That worked better than expected. I don't really care if I will leave Jebediah in orbit, because there are ways to get them back. And I should tilt over a bit. Since we nearly reached orbit last time, I think we should be able to orbit this time. The only thing I changed was adding these boosters. Let's check our height. We need a bit more. But I think if we follow this, we will be high enough up. Okay, let's cut the engine. Wait till we are nearly at the upper axis and use the remaining lot of fuel to reach orbit. Let's aim the camera here. And there is jab. Okay. I missed the perfect opportunity to accelerate again. Oh, we are not at apoapsis, so we should be fine. Let's control it from here. I want to see the view. We want to get in a quite circular orbit. Let's do it like this. So soon the periapsis will pop up here. I hope. Yes, we will wait to this happen and cut that. So quite circular. So we are in orbit, we have enough fuel left to deorbit again. I can check my science. Ah, we were in space before. In orbit is not a new state. Okay. I could try to get to the moon. That's not enough to get to the moon. We can try. So the moon is very easy to get to. You just want to fire your engine when it comes up on the horizon. Something like this. Can I target the moon? Nope. So what I need to do is turn in the direction of the moon, fire my engine, miss it, and be in a very eccentric orbit. Yeah, not quite enough. So it will be a bit harder to get him back with the rescue mission, but not a problem. Anyway, this is Kerbal Space Program. Thanks for watching.